Okay. I think I'm finally live. That only took me... I don't want to talk about it. It's not like I'm supposed to be writing a Wolf 359 episode or something. I promise Gabrielle and Sarah it's coming on time. But in the meantime, welcome to number 2, Self-Care Sunday! My new favorite day of the week, Sunday. When I get to hang out with all you guys here on my YouTube channel. Man, I've been looking forward to this. I haven't been this excited about YouTubing and about being an online creator, with the exception of the ridiculous stuff that's coming down the pipe for Wolf 359, but specifically as somebody who grew up identifying as a filmmaker and a video person, live streaming and hanging out with you on Sundays for Self-Care Sunday is just a new delight. And I had no idea that I would be enjoying this as much as I am. So thank you for joining. I'm going to just see what's going on. Oh, what up, Cheryl Lee? We got Julianne Stone. Bree, who says knee. I say hi, which is almost an I. But not quite a Monty Python reference like yours, which is amazing. What's up, Brianna Lunsford? It's so good to see you guys in the chat. I'll have an eye on that. Unfortunately, it moves fast. If you have questions and stuff, please feel free to re-copy paste things. But let's get started. I have some huge news. There's one thing that unfortunately I am not at liberty to talk about as of right now. More on that in the coming weeks. I have one other thing that I'm really stoked to share with you today. But first, really quickly, a public service announcement. Some of y'all have been asking me, when is this going to go up? Like, what time is it going to be every Sunday? And I have a feeling that in the next month or two or so or whatever, I'll probably formalize it a little bit more. For now, like, ballpark in the afternoon, but like, I'm still figuring a lot of different things out, so it might be at random times. So I just wanted to show you how to set notifications on my channel. Maybe we can, like, my notification squad, hashtag. So this is a public service announcement. Okay, let's go to camera 2. Yeah. Public service announcement, and every public service announcement should come with a shot of my cat. She's chilling today. What up, Tiffy? Aw, she's sleeping. Well, we will hang... Oh, is the audio okay, you guys? Whoa. I'm just checking to see, is the audio all right? Audio? I will just keep an eye on the chat. It looks like Kyra Awesome 88 is having a problem with glitching audio. That's no good. But we will get to the bottom of that. In the meantime, let's get this camera down so that I can show you what I'm trying to show you on the screen. Bom bom. Oof. What's it sound like, guys? It's a little jumpy. Let me just really quickly... Oof. There's no real good way for me to problem solve this right now. That's an interesting part of this whole thing. It kind of pops every once in a while. Maybe let's try this. Interesting. Wait, no, getting some glitching now. Oof. Yikes. Alright, let's see. It's possible that it could be this thing. One second. Let's see. What if I do this and do that? Oh, I hear what you mean. That sounds weird. Let's see if I do. It sounds like it's okay most of the time. This is going to be a fun part of the stream. Hopefully this won't happen every single week. Let's see if I replace this audio. That's good now? All right. Let's leave it at that. If need be, I will revisit it. Okay, awesome. Hello, hello. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, thank you for bearing with me, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, everyone in between. All right, so I wanted to show you guys how to set up notifications for the channel because YouTube doesn't do that by default just when you subscribe. So if you look over here, this is, I can't show you on my own channel, so this is the Project Uplift channel, which you can feel free to subscribe to. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with it, so don't feel obliged. I don't like to ask for follows and subscribes if I'm not really going to do a thing with the thing, so I'm not asking for it. But I am showing you that you can click this little bell over here, and boom, notifications. Send me all notifications. You can manage the notifications. All sorts of fun little settings, but yeah, that is what I wanted to share with y'all for people who are like, I want to follow this live stream, I got chill Sundays, I just want to know when it goes up. This is how you will get a notification every time I put a video online, including these streams. Also, twitter.com/ oof, there's a face, Zach, not Zach Payne. I don't know who that guy is, but cool candle, man. At Zach. But yeah, at Zach Valenti. Yeah, if you follow this guy, this Twitter dude, you will get my updates. This is where I share the things. Yes, Emma Mentoani, you notice there are a lot of tabs. This is something I'm trying in this week's experiment for the things I want to talk about. Apparently, web browsers can do pretty much everything in terms of handling media and things that I'd like to share. So that was thing one, how to know when the stream's going to go live. Follow me on Twitter and put on notifications on YouTube and stay tuned. Cool. So what did I want to say? Want to just change one quick thing. All right, cool. So, moving right along, I have some big news, and that big news is that, wait for it, I'm almost 27! I'm turning 27 next Sunday, April 9th. I'm super stoked about it. I have a big race in the morning, a 10K. I am woefully underprepared, so I'm going for a run again. Thank you guys for being here last week and holding me accountable to going for a run. It was an amazing run. It was a beautiful day. It is even more beautiful today, so I'm excited to do that before I get back to, I'm working on a Season 4 Wolf 359 script, which I obviously can't talk about other than it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm taking a break from that to hang out with y'all and get some self-care in, because community is self-care, and you're my community, and I love being a part of this community, so let's commune. I have a major, huge thank you. This is next up on the docket. If you haven't heard, Wolf 359 hit our goal of $2,000 a month, which is super amazing. And everyone who is part of our Patreon and has shared our Patreon and supported our Patreon or listens to the show or has even said the words Wolf 359 thank you for being a part of this ridiculously awesome adventure. I am stoked about hitting this goal, not just because of how much of a difference it makes for us as creators, but because it means we just hit our goal to do the Loveless Administration Special. I'm so super duper pumped to get to play Dr. Selberg, aka Dr. Hilbert, aka Mr. Dmitry Volodin. So I get to play him again. I don't know, we've got a lot of details to work out in terms of the dates. Oh my god, I'm just looking at the chat now, and thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. I'm super stoked to turn 27, and I can't think of a better birthday present than having hit this incredible milestone on Patreon for Wolf359, and to get to tell this story that we've been dying to tell since we introduced Lovelace's character and figured out who she was. Obviously, Cece's on board. I'm stoked to work even more with her. She's one of my best friends from college. And yeah, everyone at Wolf359 just wants to say a major thank you to everyone who participated in this incredible milestone. And we're casting. Right now, we're only casting for one part, and that is for Hui. This is one of the characters. It is a male Asian role, specifically East Asian, but we are open. We do not want to whitewash this role, so we do request that only people of Asian descent apply. But this is the link where you can find the character description and the script sample. And all you have to do is record like maybe 2 takes, MP3 or way of reading the script, and send it to this email. I'll listen to it. We may not reply. We've gotten a lot so far. We just finished up on backstage.com with a run, so please don't expect an email back, but thank you for anyone who does submit. Super stoked about this, guys. So yeah, I wanted to put this out to y'all, because come on. It's going to be great. Welcome to Bushwick. These are the sounds that you hear when you live right across the street. Not right across the street. I'm 4 blocks over from a fire department. Fun fact, it's actually quieter next to a fire department. When I'm working at 1 Month, the startup that I have a part-time job at, it is awfully quiet right across the street from the fire department, because they know they got to get out first and then get down the block so they don't drive the neighbors nuts. Being several blocks away is actually louder. Fun fact, the more you know. All right. Another Wolf 359 related thing that I promised y'all last week that I want to do this week. Is this in focus? I think it's in focus now. Cool. Last week I said that I would share with you something that I was super touched, moved, and inspired by last December, which was the amazing Wolf 359 Secret Santa that I got from Clarissa. Thank you, Clarissa. I asked her permission to share this. I'm sorry it took me this long to share this with everybody, because it's so damn cool. I'm going to pop on my headphones so that I can hear it, and I'm going to pop on a little Mikey appy thing. I've been learning so much about live streaming. Thank you to the Wolf 359 patrons who stream with us every month in a live AMA, because it has helped me up my game. And so yeah, I'm putting up this little thing that should make it possible to hear this incredible thing. So first, let's take a peek at the score, because it's beautiful. I can't read music anymore because I haven't played an instrument in a very long time. Used to play tenor saxophone, but yeah, it's just beautiful to look at. I just can't get enough of it. I'd love to make this my wallpaper or something. So yeah, it's just gorgeous. It blows me away, the creativity of this fan base. So yeah, So let's give it a quick listen with voiceover or without in the chat. First person to get at me wins. And I know there's a bit of a delay, so I can vamp. And by vamping, I mean I can talk about Tiffy and how she's doing. Tiffany has some health problems that are not surprising for a cat of her age. Yeah, okay, we got the first Bree who says knee. We will do that in a moment. We're just going to take a Tiffy detour, my favorite kind of detour. Oh, look at this little bug. So she has some she has some health problems. Her teeth are all sorts of infected and all need to come out. Apparently that is not a problem for her ability to eat. Dry food is designed with toothless cats in mind. And Tiffy will soon join their ranks. Getting old is not for the weak. Getting old is not for wimps. I think that is an expression that I once heard, and it is true. Because you lose your teeth, you lose your hair, you lose everything at some point. Which could be sad, or could be liberating. Really depends on how you look at it. Alright, let's get this in focus. So yeah, Tiffany is going to be getting her teeth out in early May. Until then, we're going to shower her with love and affection. I've been live streaming Tiffy cuddle time. I don't know. We haven't named it yet, but basically I've been hanging out with some of you guys on Instagram Live throughout the week, just like briefly cuddling with Tiffy and sharing some of that stuff. So without further ado, let's listen to this. Let me know if you can't hear it. This is the log of Communications Officer Douglas Eiffel speaking from the USS Hephaestus Station. It's day 455 of our orbit, looking forward to another calm one around Red Dwarf Wolf 359. Oh my god. This is so cool. And like all the different parts are different characters. So the sax is Eiffel, Hilbert's the bassoon, Minkowski is the mellophone, Hira is the piano, Lovelace is the marimba, Cutter the violin, and Rachel the viola. It just blows my mind. And then there are different movements that line up with the seasons. Clarissa just totally outdid herself, and I just can't even believe that this exists. So beautiful. All right, well, I'm going to, can you guys hear me while this is going? Just lowering the volume a little bit. Because it's a long piece. I'm going to figure out how to get you guys a link. You can check the description a little bit later, and you'll have a week to watch this video. I don't know if that was clear enough last week. I'm going to be taking these down each stream. So it'll be sort of like if you use Snapchat or Instagram Live, I'm going to be setting it up so that you can watch these for a... Can you hear me? It's funny, I just asked if you can hear me, and now Doug is asking if Hira can hear him.
All right. Let's begin.
So cool. That was Scotty Shoemaker. Oh man. Wow, this is so ADD. I love it. I think that that's one of the things that I find so compelling about live video is I am so ADD, and like I love having like freewheeling conversations with like 7 different layers and tracks, and so it feels natural to me to be doing this with like 20 different things going on. So yeah.
Lyra, is that you?
Oh, this is so cool. So yeah, anyway, you can check the link for this file below. I think what I was just talking about is I'm going to be taking down each self-care Sunday every Sunday. The next self-care Sunday goes live. So basically, you have Sunday to Sunday to watch it every week. And yeah, then they'll disappear like Snapchat or whatever. I think I'll have like a sexy little link at some point that I'll start sharing these out at, and that'll just be the link for all, like whichever one is live for that week. So that you don't have to like find it'll just be like whatever, zachvalenti.com/selfcare Sunday, and it'll just have anyway, I love nerdy stuff like that. Maybe we could do that together today. Oh man, this is so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down a little bit lower, yeah. If too many voiceovers pop in, I might turn it off for now so we can move forward, because I do need to get to some other things today. But I wanted to share with you. Why am I? Sorry, Jake Boylan. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off for now. This is freaking incredible. You can listen to the rest of this with the link that I will provide below. I'm just gonna double check with Clarissa too that that's cool. But I think she said it was okay a while ago. But anyway, moving on. Before I get to the workshop that we did at Wesleyan that was super exciting, if you were looking at my Instagram stories yesterday, you might have seen, and just talk briefly for a sec about why why on earth I am taking these down every week. It feels right, which is a theme that I'd like to touch on a little bit later in the episode, in this week's episode. But I guess my thing is this. With these self-care Sundays, I want it to be me right now and the conversation that we're having right now versus like a collection of everything we've ever done. 'Cause things change, and I guess something feels natural about this to me, that it be ephemeral and not something that there's like hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's not like I'm deleting the videos forever. Like I have them privately listed on my channel, and I might want to release them one day. I'm thinking more likely I'll want to hire an editor to like go through them and turn like some of the best of moments into separate videos. But I feel more comfortable expressing myself freely in a live format, knowing that it won't just be up forever and out forever, and that it is just a living, breathing thing. And in non-digital life, in this meat space, things disappear, and that feels right to me. I don't know if that makes sense. I can try to articulate it better, but that is the best explanation I have at the moment. So yeah, thanks for asking, Jake. Yes, Eloise W., that's exactly right. I want it to be more in the moment. That's exactly right. And that's what I love about live streaming, is I feel like with the YouTube videos that I was making, I was getting a lot better at editing. And I feel like I'm kind of as good at editing as I feel like I want to be right now. And I'm not spending as much time, or I haven't been spending as much time developing myself as a communicator, as a person, living in the moment. I feel like I was living in the past, having to like look back at old edits all the time. And yeah, just being present and getting good at getting better at articulating what's on my mind to hopefully make it available to you sort of in the moment, and to be able to listen in real time. rather than sort of put something up and wait a month to find out what everybody thinks. I love this dialogue that we get to have every week, and that does not answer the question of why I want to take them down. But anyway, I don't know. That's what I got right now. But thanks for asking, and if that doesn't answer your question or satisfy, keep asking, because I'll have to think about it, and that's where the magic happens. Okay. So, and I put this link. Twitter links and Instagram links. I don't know where that is. Yeah, something like that. Boom. So that you can follow me on those guys for announcements, updates, all that good stuff. Wow, this is super duper close. This is kind of a weird shot. But I like how soft the focus is in the background. I love live streaming with my nice DSLR because it's a lot of fun. Okay. Let's come back out into a wide shot, shall we? So, if you aren't following my Instagram stories, maybe you don't know that yesterday, Gabrielle Urbina, Sarah Shackett, and myself of the Wolf 359 writing team went back to our alma mater, Wesleyan University, where most of the cast and crew of Wolf 359 are from. And we got to teach a workshop, an all-day workshop, all day yesterday on April 1st. I know, because we're a joke. No, we're not a joke. But I try to make a joke. So we got to go back to the place where we learned how to think about storytelling and how to reverse engineer movies to become better at making movies, which we then went and used to make a radio show, to teach a workshop on new media. And we did a workshop on radio drama, web video, which was mostly like vlogs and web series, and then sort of putting the two together. And it was so much fun. Not only like to put it together and to learn so much from Gabrielle and Sarah, who, I don't know if you know this, but we didn't really hang out in college. They hung out, they were friends, and I knew of them from like a distance. They were like the scary, brilliant guys in my major that were just like always on top of things, while I felt like I was sprinting to keep up just to like get an average grade. They were just like crushing it every single class. And so it's been a privilege and honor to sort of work with them and learn from them. And so it was super cool to put this together. At some point, maybe we'll share the presentations here. I have to talk to them if they're down. We definitely want to bring it to more schools. So if you're in a media thing or whatever at a college, or want to like bring us in to talk about new media, you should let me know in the comments, or email me. That sounds like a low-flying helicopter. Wow. But yeah, it was super, super fun, and just like such a great day. And also, and like connecting with students, especially like, I mean, I'm like, especially seniors, but also especially freshmen, but also especially sophomores, like people at different points in their life at an environment that I so fondly remember, and getting to be a resource for people who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or thinking about starting a podcast, or not sure what they want to start, maybe wanting to start both, and just, like it was just such a fulfilling experience to be useful for people that could have been me. And to, it was just so cool. I think I might have some video from it. Let's see if it's finished uploading. Bum 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 bum. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but we can try it. Bum 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 bum. The world's shortest, most awkward video clip in history. The 2 seconds of Sarah Shackett walking across the camera with all my bags in the shot. Yes, I had 3 bags for one day. Let's see if there's anything else that's better. I feel like there's good stuff at the end, maybe? Of us. Oh man, that's so awkward. It's so great. Ooh. I want to play this for you guys because it's kind of what I'm doing right now. So this is oh, hey, Avi Agrawal, and I owe you a Twitter message. Thank you everybody who reached back out to me about Project Uplift and some of the stuff planned for that. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But yes, thank you for everyone who did that. And in the meantime, I'm going to scrub through this video and show you some funny stuff. This was the Q&A at the end of the day after we all presented. It's a little bit dark. Okay. And this is the... So for people who are just getting here, we did a workshop on new media. Gabrielle, Sarah, and I of Wolf 359, the audio drama sci-fi podcast. If you don't know it, go to wolf359.fm and subscribe. Start from episode 1. It takes a little bit to build up, but hopefully you'll like it. It's sci-fi, it's fiction, it's fun. We're doing a workshop at Wesleyan, and this was part of it was radio drama and how you can use the tools of radio drama to learn more about cinema and vice versa, and how to tell great stories. And this is one of our favorite creators in the audio drama space from the BBC. I completely am blanking on his name, but it's cool. It's great. This is the Procrastination Song. I got a big project, but I am not scared. I've got lots and lots of time. I am calm and prepared. I'll start nice and early. I'll steadily climb. I hope you guys can hear this. John Finnemore. Tomorrow, or maybe the following day, or the day after that. No, wait, that's a Sunday, but definitely Monday. As soon as I finish deworming the cat. It's Sunday right now. It's due today. I gotta finish the script. By the end of the week. Once I've done all the cleaning and painted the ceiling and taught myself Russian, Swahili, and Greek. But I resent the implication. This is mere procrastination. It's essential preparation. Well worth getting right. I am not procrastinating. I am simply wisely waiting in case the magic pixies come and do. I love that I can watch myself. Oh man. All right. If you guys want more of that, I will put it in the link below when I'm done with this video. John Finnemore's work is amazing. That crew on the BBC is just mind-bogglingly brilliant. Cannot even. Okay, so this is a new friend of mine that currently goes to Wesleyan, who has a dope YouTube channel and is just a really real human being that I got to connect with finally. We've been trying to hang out for a while. But somebody asked a question. What's the question? Let's see. Niam M asks, if you feel like answering a question, which I do, thank you for asking. If you guys ever have a question, just like keep them coming. Sometimes it speeds up a little too much, but anyway, let's see. Have you ever struggled with committing to creative projects? Oh yeah. In fact, I've been on the fence for the last 2 months about a new podcast I want to start. I was going to talk about that a little bit later, but to spoil, I'm looking at starting a daily podcast, nonfiction, or maybe mix of fiction, nonfiction, I don't know. Just uploading daily in audio format on a podcast. It's tentatively titled, this is an explicit warning, I'm about to curse, brace your ears. If you're under the age, I don't know, 16, 18, I don't know, who can't hear the F word. Focused as F, I'll just say that. Focused.af is the domain. And yeah, I really can relate to struggling to pick creative projects and commit to them, or to start and then to stop. I can't tell you how many videos I have that are just like that close to being done, but like I lost steam or other people dropped out, and I like intend to finish them all someday. Maybe I'll do it as a self-care Sunday video. Maybe. Okay. I have fun with this. Thank you guys for joining me. This is really a hoot. Okay. So, to answer your question, I will direct you to a former video of mine, which is, let's see if we can find it in a search. Zach Valenti, pick creative projects. This is one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. How to pick a creative focus when you want to do all the things. I have something I am so excited to share with you this week. But first, this is a response to Robin Radio's comment on my last video about creativity. So anyway, so if this is what you want to do, this is what you can do right now. Shut up for a sec. This is what would be useful. This would be the sweet spot. Basically, you want to make 3 lists that go into 3 different categories and see where they all overlap. Let me break this down a little bit more. This is your aspiration, why you want to get in the game in the first place. And you want to dream big here. This is like everything you can imagine, anything without consideration of limits or resources or whatever. This is just everything that you dream about making. This is the limitation. This is why you can't do what you want right now. If you have an awesome idea for a 3D 360 video, but you don't have a 3D 360 camera and you can't reasonably get one, that can go on this list, but not this list. The what you can do list should be limited to what you could execute on right now. You want to think about the tools you have, the skills you have, the resources and connections you have. Whatever you can work with right now can go on that list. And then this is the inspiration or motivation. I found that thinking about the usefulness of something that I can create is useful for me because when the going gets tough, it's really easy to lose steam. But when it's for someone, when it's useful for another person, I find that I can just get up and go in the face of my wanting to stay in bed and watch Netflix. I'm back. Niyama? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Do not be sorry for asking that. I love sharing old videos. I love that I got to play that just now. Yeah, and I'm really happy that you asked, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to do that. And yes, I can't tell you how useful it is to focus on the why. Why am I doing this project? Who's it for? Who is it in service of? I have infinitely more energy, infinitely more follow-through and integrity when it's not about this guy. And that's not to say become a martyr, self-care Sunday. It starts with you. Put the air mask on yourself. But when it comes to creativity and sort of committing to what you want to make your life's work, I find that I get burnt out around things when it becomes like I stopped uploading on YouTube because it became a sort of narcissistic exercise in growing my channel as opposed to with like weekly uploads, just because like that's what you have to do to grow. And like my perfectionism as an artist wouldn't allow me to like just pump out lesser quality videos that I wasn't proud of, which was then unsustainable because I can't put in 30 hours a week right now into a video every week, because it's not going to help me eat and pay my rent. Not yet, anyway. So this is a more organic, natural medium. I intend to start having guests on eventually to share some of the people that are, I think, amazing and need to be known about and have something to say. And I'd love to even have call-ins at some point. I'm figuring out the technology where you'd be able to call in with a question, and we could have a conversation and maybe do like a little bit of spot coaching if you're working on a specific project and are looking for another perspective. So yeah, I would check that video out. It's great. If I can toot my own horn. I feel like such a jerk sometimes. Okay. Yes. Sorry, your name. I see a question. Jake Moylan again with will my how to dance guide be called Focused as Funk? You bet yourself it is. That's how. Long story short, that's why my podcast had funk in the title. That's a Wolf 359 inside joke, if you didn't catch that. So yeah, it is part of the reason why I wanted to call it Focused as F was for the podcast coming up is the thought just flew out of my head. Let me see if I can. Oh, because it's ironic and sarcastic. Found you. Nizzy Holloway. I'm having that problem with a project currently. I half finished crochet blanket and I no longer have anyone to give it to. Anybody here need a blanket? Just saying. Eloise, I actually have a notebook for jotting down. But actually, Nizzy Holloway, there might be a hospital in your local area with somebody who feels cold for various hospital reasons that might really love that blanket. Or there might be a nonprofit that collects donations of blankets. I would direct you to Google because I don't actually know those things. But yeah, I would say pick a template for who would inspire you, and then look to find that person. All right, moving on. Okay, we looked at this. This was awesome. George Poulos. I just wanted to give him a shout out for being an incredibly cool human being. He is a sophomore at Wesleyan. He skates on his channel. He's a skateboarder. That's his thing. And he is one of the coolest skateboarders that I think he might be the coolest skateboarder that I know, because he makes it a point to always wear a helmet and do it publicly on his channel and talk about it to destigmatize wearing a helmet, because it's like kind of uncool in the culture of skateboarding for whatever reason. There's like a lot of stigma around it, which is dumb, because if you want to be up to something in life, you kind of need what's inside of between your ears, and skateboarding is kind of dangerous. I'm hoping to get an electric skateboard sometime soon, maybe later this year, depending on how things go with my business life. But I never am going to step on that thing without a helmet, because that is self-care every day. And so I thought it was super cool. We had a really great conversation, like super ad hoc. Like we've been trying to connect for he was in Brooklyn for the summer, but was really busy, and I was busy, and it's just one of those things where it's like hard to connect. And I just happened to have some time after the workshop, and he happened to be free, and we met up, And we even got to do like a little interview bit. I had it queued up, but it is not queued up. And I am gonna say you'll have to tune in next time to hear something, because I cannot pull that up again right now. But super, super, super duper cool experience. I don't know if you're like, if you can relate to this, but when I meet people, before I hide this, subscribe to this dude if you want to learn about his life and skateboarding, and his day in the life videos are great if you're interested in life on a college campus with like a million things going on and somebody who's creative. If you're not into skateboarding, his vlogs are super relevant anyway. Yeah, he's got a really interesting, wry sense of humor too. I like him a lot. So maybe you can relate. You meet somebody new and you have no idea. Maybe it's somebody that is not new. Maybe it's somebody you hang out with all the time, and you feel awkward about asking questions or like having a real conversation, and you kind of go to default topics, and you find yourself just kind of like, if you've ever been in a cab, like waiting to get to the other end, or like in a bus or train, just like waiting to like end up on the other side of your transit, like in that, but for a conversation. I feel like that happens to me from time to time, and I'm like, I don't want to like make somebody uncomfortable, or like there's just, it feels like there's not a context to just like ask us like what might be considered a serious or intense question, but it's just like something I'm really curious about, and being able to break out a microphone for the context of, hey, I'm like making a podcast and would just love to interview you. It really, for me, I feel like it broke the ice, and we really got to connect about, I'm just so curious how the heck, I can't imagine what my life would have been like if I had been doing school and in a relationship and uploading 3 videos a week and starting a company. Like, I've watched his channel grow from 4,000 subscribers last year to 14,000 this year, and he just launched a clothing line and all this stuff. And his brand and his thing is all about just like doing what feels right to you and living. I don't think he says this, but to me, I take it to mean living with integrity, like wearing a helmet, because if you want to be a leader in the world, you got to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you can't be responsible for what you say you're responsible for, really. Yeah. So it was really, really cool to have the excuse to go deep, even though we only had like 10 minutes to talk, not 10, but like maybe 15 or 20 minutes to talk. And it was like the first time we've met in person other than chatting in YouTube comments and on like Instagram. And he's just like really present, really thoughtful. And it was just a pleasure to talk to him. And I look forward to sharing some of the insights and fun of our conversation with y'all at some point. So yeah, that's George. Just wanted to shout him out. If you're watching this, George, what up? Love your stuff. Cool. Maybe this summer, because he also lives here, he'll teach me how to skateboard. Because right now I longboard, which I was recently corrected is not skateboarding. Different thing. Brett Terpstra from Systematic Podcast set me straight on that. He's one of my favorite podcasters that I was actually on for an episode. Systematic, Brett, ESN, Zach Valenti. You can check that out if you like. I'll put that link in the description. Boo, boo, boo. Oop, gotta flip back. Yeah, this dude is super cool. You can't really see my mouse. That's not very helpful. But yeah, Systematic on ESN. Ooh! I know what we're talking about next. This is probably the most exciting part of what we're going to talk about next, which is Andrew, my roommate. He just came home a little bit ago, and I wanted to see if he'd be down. So 1 second, I know I've been a little bit negligent of the chat. Ooh, Emma Mantoani reminds us that it is, in fact, Happy Audio Drama Sunday. In addition to being Self-Care Sunday, it is also Audio Drama Sunday. And I actually have a bunch of shout-outs for some audio dramas at the end. But one second, let me see if I can find my roommate. Hey, Andrew! A second. I'm going to text them. Text Andrew Ippoliti. I'm ready for you.
What do you want to say to Andrew Ippoliti?
Everyone's waiting to meet you! Exclamation
Ready
point.
to send it?
Yes.
I'll send it.
Does anybody else use Siri? Because I use Siri like every day. I love Siri. All right. Ooh. While we wait, Avi has a question. I'm sorry. I'm so like that's one of my failures as a voiceover artist is I really am bad with names, both remembering them and pronouncing them. But I try. To all the other writers here, I have a question. I used to write a few years ago. Oh wow, the chat moves. Maybe it's gonna be easier over here. But life got in the way, and I basically stopped. I've tried coming back and not. Oh, I have a suggestion. I can have a suggestion. While we wait for Andrew, I'd love to share with you the thing that got me addicted to writing. There is a free 30-day trial for it. It's like $5 a month after that. But I really only used it for that month. 750words.com. What I love about this site is it gamifies the act of writing, and it takes the pressure off. So it was built around the idea from a book, The Artist's Way, about morning pages, where the practice is you wake up in the morning and you write 3 pages first thing, just get them out. You can do it in 10 minutes. I was doing it in 8 when I really got into the swing of it, and a lot of it was gobbledygook nonsense. But it's this like exorcism of your subconscious. There's the guy who invented this thing, this website, who coded it, has a really great essay called Better Than Meditation. And it's an excellent look at how writing can be a meditative exercise. And ultimately, and the CEO at my startup, Matan Griffel, who is, so you get little badges for this thing. He's a space bird or a space eagle or a flying squirrel or something. You get little badges for like having done a certain number of days in a row, writing at a certain time. Like I got like the morning rooster and the night owl in my month because I did a certain number of consecutive days early and late. He's been writing like 1,000 days in a row every day, 750 words, which is nuts. But yeah, it's a fun exercise to just get in the habit, and it like shows you if you are on a streak, and it rewards you with little fun tokens. Yo!
Hey.
He made it. All right, so yeah, that's what I did to get back into the practice of writing. Would you recommend anything? Do you write, Andrew? Is that something that you identify as? Yeah.
Not anymore, I have to say.
Come this way. You want to pull over that chair?
Oh, sure.
Cool.
So I get to sit next to Tiffy.
Of course you get to sit next to Tiffy.
Perfect.
My 2 favorite beings right now. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to frame that. Oh my god, this is such a mess. So much stuff. It's like the camera's like on top of a block of wood, a Kindle, and a roll of Scotch tape.
Perfect. Don't forget about the pile of hard drives right next to it, the book, and the calipers.
The book, if we have time, I will read a segment from. A good friend lent it to me. Whoa. Okay, I think that's fine. I'm like still addicted to perfection. Let's see if this is in focus though.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, like I don't know where to look, honestly.
There's so much going on in this room.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there's like
that's good.
History down there, current stuff over there, and a whole bunch of other things.
Oh yeah, this is the chat. So we have oh, I'm totally blocking you now, but let's just see. Scotch tape is the best dry pod, Julianne Stone. Okay. Oh man. Okay, I think we need to move forward because it's approaching 5 o'clock. I really wish that time was infinite so that we could just talk forever. Oof, I gotta leave that window open or I will forget to put it in the description. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, 1 second. This is not working. Let's put this over here. Okay, don't break anything. Oh boy. Just make sure that the live stream is still connected. I hope that everything still works.
Okay, so you got to keep that cable in place pretty well.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that. I've got practically the same hairstyle in that picture.
So I can come a little bit this way. So I can focus on you. Thank you guys for being so patient for the tech setup. That looks good. All right. Stay zoomed in a little bit. All right. So, yeah. This is Andrew Ippoliti. He is one of my favorite human beings on the planet, and he lives with me. And I live with him upstairs in separate bedrooms.
Yeah,
so,
he didn't want to share an air mattress for like the first 6 months when I moved in.
That's right. I'm still less interested. I'm like a spreader. I just like to take up the whole bed. Okay, let's talk about. So yeah, what? Oh, Enoconus. Sleep well. I don't know where in the world you are. I don't know if Carmen Sandiego is also there. But wherever it is, good night, good luck, and thanks for joining Self-Care Sunday. The rest of this stream will be up for the week. And like, if anybody misses a stream and they like need to see it, just message me. Like, we'll make it happen. But like, you get it. All right. So Andrew and I met at the Learner's House, which is something that I want to talk about in a moment. And in the process of finding B-roll for this thing, that I want to share with you guys because we have an idea that we want to test. I found all this stuff that I've been dying to do something with that because of the problems that I've mentioned about not having enough time, I haven't made videos about. And so I wanted to live stream some stuff with the man himself about an incredible adventure that he took earlier this year that I think everybody should know about. And I actually forgot to ask, we'll get into like the organization if there's like a way people can get involved. But in the meantime, this is Andrew. Who
Hi
are
again.
you? What do you do? Like, what are age, sex, location? I don't know. What should people know about you, Andrew?
So I guess I'm a hardware and software engineer, but really what I love to do is solve people's problems, and I just find hardware and software to be like the medium in which I really thrive and enjoy doing things. So yeah, that's like what I work for a hardware company. We make an electronic printer.
Yeah, they make a 3D printer that prints circuit boards.
Yeah.
Sells himself short, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'm the software guy for them. I write our software, I test it, I break everything. Like that's what I do on a day-to-day
And
basis.
then he fixes it, usually.
Usually.
So,
a couple months later.
So yeah, like we have 3D printers. I'm like hesitant to move the camera again. Why not? Careful. Yeah, so those two 3D printers, one of them is broken. Whoa. This is really hard. Okay, yeah, those 3D printers are his. And they're really fun. I think he's been too busy to even use the new one, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It will get used one day.
Okay.
Maybe sooner rather than later if your camera falls over and we need to print you a new case.
Oh, geez, Louise, I hope not. Okay. I think that's good.
That looks stable.
Whew. All right. So let's see. Zach's roommate Andrew is talking about himself. Oh, new people? New people. Who's Quinn SS. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday!
Hi, Quinn.
This is my roommate, Andrew. My other roommate, Tiffany. And we are just talking about an adventure that Andrew took that I've been dying to make a video about, and just, God, time is so short. So I thought we'd make this video right now live. So this is Andrew in Ecuador. Ecuador?
Yes, Ecuador.
Can you say more about who the, like, where are you in this photo? What's happening?
Okay, so I'm the pale-ish.
You're the white dude?
Yeah. Holding the camera. Then we've got 3 other people. So looking at it on the right, that's a man named Diego. He's an amputee, a double amputee that I went to kind of help out. Basically get him some 3D printed prosthetics and just like give him something to play with. The guy in the middle on the left is his son Angel. He's 7 years old, really cool kid, kind of like my translator because I kind of speak Spanish but not well enough, so like
I heard like 3 buenos on the videos that you recorded.
Yeah, like the videos that I recorded, most of my talking was like and saying like bueno, no, si, and like that's about it. So Angel was like the guy who I was like Google Translate, and I would type stuff, give it to him, and then like he would type stuff back, and that's pretty much how we communicated, that and lots of gesturing.
So just in case it's unclear, this guy, Niam, thank you for being here. And everybody who's here, thank you for being here. I'm sorry I can't shout out every single person, because then that would be the entire stream. But I just really love that you spend time with us, with me, here for Self-Care Sunday. It means a lot. It's one of my favorite days of the week. And yeah, have a good one. Okay. So if it's unclear, what it means is Andrew teamed up with this group that brings 3D printers into the developing world so that they can print working prosthetics where they may not otherwise have access to things like hands that actually articulate and like forearms and stuff. Yeah, and just like this incredible video sort of demos what that makes available. Oh, I'm totally covering up his adorable son. Oh my God, let's watch that again, because what the hell is it? Can you explain what's going on here, Andrew?
Oh yeah, so that was basically right after we put that arm together and just like got it all, put it on Diego, and it was his first time actually using the arm to do anything.
Wow.
He was using these prosthetic hooks, which he was like super proficient in. So this was the first time he had something that looked like a regular hand that he could actuate and grab stuff with.
That's so incredible. How did you get involved in this?
Actually, it was a teacher that I knew, that I met while composting, who just happened to work in the same building where my office is. So we just started talking. One of her students, he has, like, his brother is Diego.
Got it. I think we met. I think I met her.
Yes, yeah, I did introduce you to her.
What was her name again?
Cindy.
Cindy, right. Yeah, no. Cindy's super cool. He's one of the coolest guys I know. It's just unbelievable. The future is totally now. And so, yeah, so this triggered me wanting to do a little walk down memory lane, because in the process of finding these clips, I found a bunch of other ones, like this shot, 360 shot of me at PatreonCon. It is not 360 right now, it's just 2 bubbles. Before we dive into this, is there a website for the hand project?
So there's actually several resources that I use. I've got some like video and like ways to contact me on like ippo615.github.io/projects, and then there's a link there for like helping hands, which is what I just kind of called this trip that I went to.
So that link is definitely going to be in the description. If you're a technical person who wants to get involved, or a non-technical person who wants to learn, I'm going to leave that link there, and I believe that if you click that, you can contact us being Andrew. You can also leave me a message in the comments. I know where he lives. And yeah. So that is that. Quinn SS has a question in the comments. Will you be doing any other cons soon? In fact, it's not quite soon, but I am going to DragonCon. It is official. The Wolf 359 crew, at the very least, myself, Gabrielle, I believe Sarah Shackett. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the last con that the last DragonCon. It's the first con we ever went to, and it'll be the last DragonCon we'll be at while Wolf 359 is still running. Did you hear that?
So the
An angel just dropped a tear.
that immediately comes to my mind.
Yeah.
That means Wolf 359 is coming to an end.
Yeah, that's been announced. I don't know if I told you. This is the last year. Season 4 drops this summer and wraps up this December.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
I think we have.
Because we were talking about doing more Ecuador-like trips as like a web series or something.
Yeah.
Shh, you heard it here first. Cool. So, Awesome Con sounds awesome. DragonCon, so Julianne Stone, Lindsay Thomas ask, where is DragonCon? DragonCon is in Atlanta, Georgia, which is really cool. There's a lot of amazing film. A lot of filmmakers of color have like an amazing like studio system that's sort of emerging out there. It's just an awesome place. The city of Atlanta. I don't know much about the surrounding area. We had a good time. We've always it's been a treat to go to DragonCon. We love it. We probably will have an unofficial meetup. We may have an official event. I don't know yet. Stay tuned. Eloise W. has an unrelated question. Thank you for being so patient while I answer questions.
Sure, no, this is awesome.
And then I want you to ask questions about some things. Okay, let's see. I'm considering starting like advocating work for mental health. Any idea on how to start? Well, I have a biased idea, which is that we can work together on Project Uplift. If you'd like to bring it to your local area, we can help you build it. Andrew and I also have, he has helped code a digital version, which is a lot less expensive. You don't have to buy like physical parts or build a thing. You can just get like a Raspberry Pi and plug it into a projector and get the headset and connect it, but like that's relatively out of the box. So yeah, that's super crazy and fun and awesome. Whoa!
I also have another suggestion if you don't mind. So anyone you know, just talk to them and like check in, like how are you doing, and like don't accept the good answer. Like actually check in and spend some time like getting to know them and really getting into their world and what's going on with them.
Right. Like this is the how are you really idea, which is like, how are you? Fine, good, good, good. I really appreciate you bringing that up because I get so tunnel visioned about going for a run after this that I forget to slow down on Self-Care Sunday, which is so antithetical to Self-Care Sunday. This is why having guests is useful. This is why being live is useful. Because when you're alone in the YouTube land of just staring into a lens and then going to edit, it can be a little bit of an echo chamber. Let's all take a breath. All right, ready? Inhale. And exhale.
Do you want to go to London?
I would love to go to London. So Adelaide Robinson asks, we'd love to have you, not even a question, a statement, we'd love to have you at London Comic Con, if you're ever on this side of the world, we have a cosplay group planned this summer. That sounds incredible. I would love to, if you guys want us to come to any cons, man, we're down. I think it becomes an issue of budget, which is always a problem that can be solved, especially if you can connect us with any of the organizers or even tweet at us the application page, because there's usually like a guest application page where creators can say like, hey, I exist and we think that your people might like us. We know there's one for DragonCon. We didn't wait to hear back from them. We just got our tickets because we want to go because it's that great. It's happening in September, by the way, if you want to come to DragonCon. What's the deal with AwesomeCon? Where is that? We'd love to go. Tell us where it is. Tell us when it is. Feel free to always tweet or email. You can tweet me personally. You can email the show, wolf359radio@gmail.com. Yeah. Ooh, that reminds me. Total random aside. I was supposed to do this earlier on in the stream. But I did an improv show last week, and it was super fun. And some of you came out, and that was incredible. And I love you guys. I have the hiccups now. All right.
Okay, can we answer Alice's question?
What's Alice's question?
Sorry to keep bothering you, but I'm wondering if you've ever dealt with anxiety or depression and how you cheer yourself up or keep moving.
Oh my God. Alice Falling, you cannot bother us on Self-Care Sunday. It's impossible. It's part of the rules of Self-Care Sunday. We're unbotherable, especially about a question about mental health. And I personally can say a resounding yes. I had a historic moment in college of anxiety and depression that I have a whole TED Talk about. And what helped me was seeing a licensed psychologist and talking with him a couple times, and taking his advice and not taking it as a truth, but trying it out. He basically encouraged me to get out of my dorm room that I'd been holed up in and start taking lunch with it, like in public with other people, and making sure that I got at least 15 minutes outside under the sun, even if it's raining, every day. And that made a huge difference. So yeah, that is what I do, is just make sure that I build in social time even when I don't feel like it, and outside time, so that I don't just kind of get into my rut and kind of like, I find that attacking it from a neurochemical side and like getting like physical activity and like good food, like I was just eating like cold cuts and bread for a while and that wasn't good. So like getting some like veggies, like sort of coming at it from a holistic approach of like seeing a mental health care professional, being in communication with my friends, and like sort of seeing to the basics of my self-care of like making sure that I was getting exercise and good diet made a big difference for me. How about you?
So the two things that I do for like in the moment, like I'm stressed or I'm sad, is like if I'm stressed, answer the question, what's stressing me and what actions can I take? And if there's actions that I'm not taking, that's generally why I'm stressed. So
like, can you give a specific, like, was there an example this week? Or like in the last month or year?
Probably like related to like debugging code at work, when it's like, oh, I have to rewrite all like this whole thing to work in a different way, and it's like,
right.
Really, I don't want to do that. I did it once before, and
yeah.
just setting everything up, it's such a pain. So it's like, that's why I'm stressed, because I'm putting it off. And then there's some things that are going to be out of your control.
Yeah.
So do everything that's within your control, and then just like realize that the stuff that's out of your control, no amount of worry is going to change. So those just are the way they are.
Right. That's awesome. Love that. Two things that I can think of riffing off of that are, I mentioned diet, like physical diet. But there's also media diet, and I found that trading in Netflix for podcasts or like YouTubers or people that inspire me, people that kind of cheer me up, as opposed to just narratives that I can get lost in, have been really helpful. And turning off social media for a while has been useful for me, especially the news, because that can be a source of stress. And last but not least, and I saw somebody mentioned it, is mindfulness and meditation, which sounds highfalutin and can sound pretentious and sound hard to do. One thing to keep in mind with meditation is it's about not doing anything. So there isn't something special to it. Like literally sit down, sit comfortably, sit like sort of, at like a alert but relaxed way, hands on your legs, feet on the floor, and just like notice your weight against the chair. Let your face relax and like notice if there's tension, and kind of like, on the exhale, see if you can find a softer way to hold it, maybe not hold it, and just kind of explore the physical sensations. And if you can't let go of the tension, not a problem. Like, the trick is when you notice yourself making something wrong, like I'm not meditating right, or I'm not like clearing my head, notice that thought and just be like, cool, thanks for sharing, and like it's actually all good to have that thought. And then just keep being present to the physical sensations. And set a timer on your phones. You don't have to worry about like falling asleep or taking too much time out of your day. A couple minutes is great. Whatever, the best practice is the one that you'll do. Yeah, I could tell you that, you need to meditate 10 to 20 minutes a day to like alter your brain structure. And like, okay, there's like scientific research, but at the end of the day, it's just taking one step further than you took yesterday. And if that's taking one breath, that's a great place to start.
Yeah.
Cool. Really, really love talking about self-care. And that is definitely going to be a part of Self-Care Sunday. I know it's been a little bit of like variety hour with Zach. And it's going to continue to be variety hour with Zach, because that's part of my self-care, is like I love this community and creativity is super important. Quinn SS, I see you mentioned Headspace is great, but I can't afford it. The first 10 days are free. And he and other people have a bunch of videos on YouTube of guided meditations. I can highly recommend John Kabat-Zinn. That is this guy, John Kabat-Zinn. Oh yeah. Look at that guy. Looking sort of like Harrison Ford. Oh, wait, you can't see this. Yeah, look at that Harrison Ford looking guy. John Kabat-Zinn, he got a ton of videos on YouTube. Body scans, great. Guided meditations. He's one of the leading researchers and thought people, meditation people, that is just super, super useful and free. So yeah, take advantage of him. He's great. And a really nice guy. I saw him at a conference last year. Okay, so that's those things. Okay, let's take a walk down memory lane. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so this is, whoops, I'm going to make us smaller. While I was looking for the Ecuador footage to share with y'all, I found this fun stuff. Let's see if this is better. Yeah, this is better. We can make it visible. Okay. So this was a 360 photo from San Francisco. This is at Patreon's headquarters. This is Chris Reniak's gigantic monster that they have on the wall. This guy is Tom Merritt of Daily Tech News Show podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts right now. Awesome way to stay informed about all things tech. That is Sarah Shackett, writer and genius behind Wolf 359. And I don't know who this idiot is. This was during an improv workshop. She was teaching improv for creators, and this was super fun. And it was an amazing time, and I made a video about it, but I have a bunch of like 360 content from that trip and a bunch more video from that week. And I wanted to share it with you because I just have so much stuff on my hard drive that never sees the light of day. And I feel like this is a fun venue for me to reconnect with things that feed me and are fun for me and feel good to share. And yeah. Funny to see Esther P just mentioned the Bright Sessions, which is, oh, and Elmir G mentioned that as well earlier in the chat. God, I love the chat. It moves so quickly, though. So yeah, I love that podcast, and it's so funny you mentioned that, because up next, one of the things that was so special about this time was getting to hang out and get to know, and is now, I consider her just one of the coolest people, one of my best friends. This is the creator, Lauren Shippen. Yeah, it is totally overwhelming, Quinn SS, all this stuff. Oh, such an interesting question from PRSTMMPRHDL. I was never going to pronounce that as a word, but I would love to answer the question of how do you balance social media with your life in a moment. And I feel like I learned a lot from Lauren, and I learned a lot from George, who I shared about earlier. Is Tiffy snoring?
Yeah.
1 second.
She has this very cute, like...
Just a second. This is a Tiffy snoring break. It's so cute. This is so important. People are like signing off of the stream while I make this very important text.
This is like one of the cutest sounds I've ever heard.
Oh my god, so great. Tiffy snoring break needs to be big. This is so dumb. You let me know if like the ADD text elements and stuff are too stupid. Okay, let's be really quiet. Can you hear it? That was amazing.
And it's funny how you're whispering right now, because even if you talk at a normal level, that's not going to wake her up.
You're totally right. I don't know why I'm whispering. That was so much fun, you guys. Great. Aw. Aw, you're awake now? That was super cute, Tiffy. Oh my god, I love this cat. I love this cat more than life itself. So yeah, this is the amazing coast of California. This was one of the best times of my life last year, traveling with Lauren Shippen. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. My god, this is just all over the place. Right, so this is the California coast. It is an extraordinary place. If you can drive down the coast from San Francisco to LA or vice versa, highly recommend it. Shout out to Lauren Shippen for being willing to do it, even though it took so many more hours to get to LA. And shout out to my friend Andrew from college, different Andrew. 1 second, let me see if I can get Tiffy in the shot too. Okay. Shout out to my other friend Andrew, who gave us the peer pressure we needed over the phone to take the drive down. It was before Trump got elected. I'm not going to get into my feelings about that right now, but it was definitely an incredible moment of freedom and exploration to just be in a new place, in a beautiful place, while the weather was incredible, right after PatreonCon, which, if you're unaware, was Patreon's debut convention for creators that myself and the Wolf 359 team were allowed to check out and go to. So yeah, so cool to look at this stuff. The nostalgia is real. And yeah, and in the process of going down memory lane, whoa, that's not, there we go. I found this photo that my mom recently sent me. Oh God, fruit fly, don't bother me. No, I didn't get it. This is my grandmother's second husband, Baba John, is how I knew him. I'm just taking a moment to, okay, I see there's stuff in the chat I want to talk about, but just really quick to finish this thought. This man, even though we were not related by blood, just changed my whole life. I wanted to find some footage that I can't find and probably shouldn't show anyway because it has my little nieces and nephews, or not technically not my nieces and nephews, they're my cousins, but they're a little young, so I feel like I get to be Uncle Zach with them. Baba John used to take me around the block on the Upper West Side and on his shoulders, and we'd go hunting for air conditioner bugs. So I didn't know this, but he would go around and hide little plastic toy bugs around the neighborhood, and we'd find them, and it felt so special and amazing, and I just so fondly remember that time. And he really was one of the major influences in just inspiring me to the kind of man that I wanted to be when I grow up, and the kind of man that I still want to be when I grow up, who's just infinitely creative and kind and imaginative and giving. So yeah, that's Baba John. More on him probably in the future. This is also to share. This is like I have to share with you, and like I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk about this because we are so head deep in projects all week. So yeah. Before I get into stuff about the learner's house, why don't we take a sec to talk about this? Okay, this is like really precarious. All right. I'm gonna come down on the chair. Boom. So I see in the chat. Oh, Tiffy's up. I see in the chat people are asking about. Okay, really cute. Just because the chat's finally caught up. This is so ADD. The chat's finally caught up with Fallen Star Burning is like, oh, that's so cute. Air conditioner bugs. I'm like, yeah, man. I feel you, and I was inspired by that to create a fairy-themed extravaganza with my cousins that are kind of like my niece and nephew, and did this like giftception. So like the fairy queen leaves gifts for my little cousin Ella and her brother Darren. The first time they ever visited my apartment was super fun because I got to take all these family heirlooms that I have and don't use and put them into each other in this like Russian doll gift situation where they found a letter that led them to a box that had a bunch of boxes in it that they each had to give each other, like the little brother and sister, because like I want them to learn. Oh my God, they're gonna watch this. Oh no, and now they heard me say F. Oh God. Ugh. Interneting is hard, yo. That's why I'm taking these down. You need a reason? There's a reason. I don't know why I was looking into the microphone when I said that. That's why I'm taking these down.
The microphone's the one that's listening. The lens isn't listening.
I know. So yeah, they are super cute, and Ella has a thing about always wanting gifts and it being about her, and so it's like teaching her to get. Anyway, I just like wanted to create family heirlooms and wanted to create an experience more than have it be about the stuff. Like I don't have a ton of money to buy stuff, so like having this like little locket that I bought for some future partner that when I recently went through a breakup realized like, why am I waiting to make this little locket special? and made it for Ella and Darren and got their photos and put it in it so that like Ella would have to give it to Darren so that Darren can give it to Ella when she goes to college so that Ella can give it to her mom when she graduates. Like that was so fun. And so like, anyway, cool. So that was the aside. I wanted to address, it looks like there's some conversation about representation, which I love. And plug for the Penumbra podcast. Hashtag Audio Drama Sunday. Check out Penumbra podcast and also Starship Iris. Thank you, Quinn SS, for being a voice of advocacy for awesome shows that do representation right. The Penumbra podcast and Starship Iris. If you have work to do, by the way, I can call you when we're back to the Learner's House stuff because I know you're super busy and I appreciate you taking time out of your day. And I don't need to eat up your whole afternoon.
Cool. How long is your podcast usually? Or not podcast?
This is only the second time. It's usually an hour and a half, and we're well past that right now. So, yeah, I don't know, dude. I hope to get there in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because I should really go for a run and get to writing this Wolf 359 episode. I promise it's happening, Gabrielle. So, yeah, check out these two podcasts. They're great. They'll be in the show notes. So, yeah, I see some talk about wanting... Okay. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. Wow, I'm glad we're doing this every week because God, I'll just never get to everything. Like I was saying, I see some talk about canonical queer representation being the biggest failure about Wolf 359, and I don't disagree. Is that right? I agree. And it's also something that we've talked about. If you haven't seen Gabrielle's Tumblr post, if you haven't seen Sarah's Tumblr post, if you haven't seen my video, I think it's the best video I made all year last year. It's definitely the most personal video I've ever made. It is called Something Personal. Yeah, I feel really strongly about what I say in it.
There's something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Something personal.
Who is this guy? So yeah, I talk about
Recently passed away last week. And so I'm really clear how short life Wolf 359 community on Tumblr.
that you're right, and I believe that Gabrielle has his reasons, and it's also something that we are thinking about and we want to have conversations about. And so yeah, we should talk. Yeah, I love you guys, and I appreciate it. Matters a lot to me that representation is an important issue to you because it's very important to me. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I saw that happening in the chat and would love to have more conversations about that if it's something that people want to talk about. Uh-oh. You can't hear me. What happened? Hello? Is the other video still playing?
You got a couple of YouTube tabs open.
Yeah, but I don't think anything's playing. I think I can... Oh, okay. I think it was just because while I was playing a video and talking, it's hard to hear my voice while two of me are talking. Bifle. LOL. Cool. So, the video was super loud. Yeah, sorry about that. Cool. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I can't even. All right. So that was that. So yeah. Now okay, so you didn't have to go away. We're going to talk about the Learner's House. So the Learner's House is something that Tiffany's probably going to have to figure out how to come to because I can't leave her here alone. Yeah, we'll make her more prominent. Oh, she's awake. So yeah, the Learner's House is something that... Whoa.
trying to escape.
Learner's House is one of my favorite things. I will mute this while I play it just so you can see the images while we talk. This is where I started my YouTube channel last year. Really. Ooh, we have a congratulations. Whoa, Julianne Stone. 1 second. Holy crap, this can wait. Julianne Stone just shared in the chat about offhandedly coming out to her mom on the phone today and that it went pretty okay. Congratulations. That is huge. Oh my God. I'm so happy for you, and I just like wish you the best in your experience in letting the world know who you are, how you are, and all of that. Quinn SS, goodbye. Thank you for being here. Hope to see you next week. Wow. Seriously, congrats. And thank you, everybody, for being so awesome in the chat. This is just the best community. Okay. Andrew does have a day, and I also have some things. So moving on with coming right back to the Learner's House. Learner's House was started in 2013, and it's basically a house with 10 people coming together with a project to learn or something to work on. In this video that you're watching now, this was the 2014 house. 2015 house?
I think well, I don't know.
It's the 2015 house.
Okay.
We met at the 2014 one. It happens almost every year except this past year, 2017. So we met in New Jersey at one of them, and that's where we connected, and we started hanging out in Manhattan when we got back, and then decided to live together. Yeah, man, just super, super awesome. It's just one of my favorite environments, one of my favorite communities of where I meet my friends. Yeah, that was my first vlog, which was my project last year. And not last year, 2016, New Year's, where I really started focusing on my channel more by doing a daily vlog for 8 days in a row. Those videos are still on my channel, and they're some of the things I'm proudest of putting up last year. They're insane. I couldn't keep it up, but it was definitely fun to do. Yeah, I just missed the latest Learner's House that Andrew organized in New Jersey again. This one you're watching videos in was from Montreal, which is an amazing city where I got to meet 2 amazing people, including, it looks like Nanny is in the chat right now, which, one second, I have it on tape. We actually met, and it was super fun. And type here 452 if she's here. Oh, this is the day after where I was totally burnt out, and you can see the bags under my eyes from staying up all night for 8 days making videos. Yeah, no, we actually got to meet IRL anyway. Yeah, you get the idea. It was super fun. And like so great to see you. I still have everything that you guys created and shared with me. The painting that Nanny that you made that you'll see in 1 second, everybody, is in my room, and it's super cool. We now have a complete set of these amazing plushie dolls from Type Here 452, which was just extraordinary and incredible. Yes, I believe she is at work. But super huge shout out for all your amazing work. And you blew everyone at the Learner's House away when I brought this all back. And I have that painting on my wall in my room. I just love it's incredible. I was all in the process of creating that painting, all that pants paint. So yeah, thank you guys for being so awesome. And I just wanted to take a sec to talk about the Learner's House. So Andrew, how was it this past weekend? I wasn't there. What was it like?
It was great. It was basically me and 2 people, one of whom I didn't know, and then 3 other people, 2 of whom I did know. So kind of 2 total strangers and 3 other people that I'm pretty close with. And everyone just got along great. There was everyone, like, I guess not everyone got work done, but like I got to play with Unity, so that's game development for those of you who don't know. We had a UX or user experience guy who got to like pick all of our brains on like how we organize files and is working on ways to help people find their files faster and organize them.
I gotta talk to him, man. I got so many video files. I could really use that.
Yeah, and it was just amazing because immediately after the Learner's House, like, we were still in contact all day today, like, planning, okay, when are we going to see each other next? Because everyone just connected so well and just really found something in everyone else that we liked and wanted to emulate and be more that way. So, you know, I went to the first Learner's House kind of like looking to create a project, and then instead what I find is it's more creating relationships and really just meeting awesome people.
Right, and you created a 3D modeling thing where you could hold up like a hashtag symbol or like a weird blocky graphic, and it would make a bowl appear on a webcam. I don't know if that makes any sense. Imagine you hold up like a thing, like a little like in physical space. If this book was like a shape of blocks, but then what you saw on the screen is a 3D bowl, and when you move it, it like moves on axis. I don't know if that's clear. Yes, Marietta caught on to why I moved the hashtag and the social graphics so that you could get a better view of Tiffany. We think about these things here. So yeah, you've still got a ton of work done, but yes, it was awesome to just connect with everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the most valuable part. And we've been talking for a while about wanting to, like, it's only happened once a year, and it's slowed down. Like, it didn't happen this year because we got busy, and yeah, it's just like, it's hard to organize things sometimes, but that's no excuse. But that's what happened. We've been thinking about maybe doing one that's a little bit more public and a little bit more structured, and maybe you're the first people to hear about it. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Sort of like a project focused camp for grown-ups. We're not sure where it would be, we're not sure when it would be, but we are sure that it's something that we'd be interested in exploring. And I think that we'd set it up so that there'd be like a little bit of structure with like meals prepared probably by us, so that you wouldn't have to worry about that, and like, you know, some like heads down time to work on projects, but then also some workshops and maybe some community stuff. Falling Burning Star missed the context. Really quickly to catch up. Every year until 2017, me and some friends have done something called the Learner's House. Last year it was my vlog, which is on my YouTube channel. I did a daily vlog for 8 days while we were in Montreal, and basically everybody in the house had a project they were working on or something that they wanted to learn. And my roommate and I, Andrew, he just organized one that I wasn't at. It's the first one that I haven't been at that somebody else has organized, except the first one that another friend organized. To not get too deeply into the details. Ooh, I see somebody's leaving. Bye, Jay Frost. Sorry you have to leave. Maybe Falling Star Burning. Whoever has to go, goodbye. We love you. Yes, we hope to see you next week. It would be awesome. No, it would be something physical. Adelaide Robinson. The idea is that we would actually get a house, and it would be like, you know, we'd figure out, it would cost money. We have to figure out how much it costs. Like, it's definitely like it would be a program. We would want to do it so that scholarships are available, and maybe even one with like, I don't know if this is something we want to do a Kickstarter for or whatever, but like basically we would want to set it up so that we can make it available to as many people as we can, and maybe do it if it works ongoingly, and not just have it be friends of friends and friends of friends of friends, but open it up to this community and maybe a couple of others to bring creative people and technical people and any people together to connect and create in a structured, fun, safe environment. So please let us know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in.
So they do have some comments like, basically, is there an online element that we could have?
Yeah, I think that is something that we could. It's so. Fun fact: we came up with this idea 10 minutes ago, and by 10 minutes ago, I mean 10 minutes before I went live. That was one of the reasons why I was a little bit late to the stream, because we got caught up dreaming. I would definitely want to set it up so that there is an online component for people who can't financially make it work or physically live too far away, that it would just be burdensome to travel that far. And for people who maybe want to pick and choose what they're there for. There may be some things that are sort of exclusive to just keep it intimate and private, because I think that is important for these sorts of things. So I don't think it'll be like a live stream 24/7 real world situation. But this is all a discussion and a conversation. None of this is set to happen or needs to look a specific way. So I would want to co-create this with all of you. So definitely let us know. Unfortunately, this chat, the live chat, is crappy and will disappear. So I might not see everything that you guys have said.
I'm seeing several comments from people who are not like East Coast USA.
Right.
And
that's not a necessity. Like, it doesn't have to happen in the US. If there are enough people that are interested that we can make it work, we're down to travel anywhere. Like, I would love to do one in London. I would love to do...
too.
Yeah, I mean, like, hell, we're ready to go anywhere. So what I was saying, though, is, like, if you can tweet at me or make sure to come back here when the video is no longer live to put comments down that will persist, because I might not see specifics. So that's tricky with this thing. But yeah. The live streaming would probably be my project, Nanny, if we're doing this, because I am falling in love with live streaming. So yeah, tweet storm my account at Zach Valenti would be great, and just coming back to this video afterwards, or if somebody's grabbed the chat, like screenshots, that also works. But long story short, I'm just not gonna see all the comments about this, because we have to move on.
Is anyone recording the chat like last time? Says Bri Husseini.
I think it's Brie who says knee.
Oh.
Which is like Knights Who Say Knee.
Okay.
Do you watch?
No.
Oh my god, dude, you don't watch the Monty Python? It's classic. You would love it.
Okay.
It's so your humor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you
Monty
guys.
Monty Python is my humor.
That's amazing. You know Monty Python?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Knights Who Say Knee. Oh, I would be so embarrassed if I got that wrong just now. You'll all let me know, please. Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you, Rena. You're the best. Rena's the best. Have I said that lately? Okay. Moving on. So, I thanked you all who messaged me about Uplift last week. I am looking to organize a tour in the fall of this year and spring of next year around the Northeast, maybe around the world. So if you have an organization that wants to see Project Uplift happen or could benefit from it, let me know. Also, I'm looking to do free events around Manhattan and Brooklyn, Queens, and sort of in the tri-state area over the summer with a modified smaller tower, and a bunch of you have gotten to me about that. Also, if you live super far away and just want to build your own, we can help you with that. Let us know. And yeah, I wanted to take a sec. There was an event that Casey Neistat and somebody else, Casey Neistat and Samsung put on in Manhattan that I couldn't make it to, that I wanted to go to, because Francesca Ramsey was hosting, and she changed my life by posting this Project Uplift thing on Upworthy all those years ago. So I wanted to shout out Francesca Ramsey for being an incredible human being with a dope YouTube channel. In fact, I'm going to do this. This is how, if you're on my channel and you want notifications about live streams, you just do that. You click the bell, you click that send me all those notifications, and boom, you're in the notification squad. Good night, Nizzy Holloway. Thank you so much for being here. So great to have you. See you next week, I hope. And until then, be well. We are going to be wrapping up soon here in a moment. I can't believe we're almost at 2 hours. I was expecting to run for an hour today. My God, I thought I didn't have enough. Okay, we're wrapping up. We're in the shout-outs portion of our Self-Care Sunday, and then I'm going to go on a Self-Care Sunday run. Hashtag Self-Care Sunday. I don't know why I said that. But I just wanted to shout out Taking Initiative. This is maybe, I don't know if this counts as an audio drama, but I'm going to pretend it's still Tripod Month and shout that out because it's great. I played a bit role. I play this is a D&D podcast, and I play one of the non-player characters. I don't want to spoil anything, but I have something in common with... Oh, I can't hide this from you. Wait, I can hide this from you while I search for it. Okay.
The auto-suggest thing may...
I think we're good.
Oh, you are good.
Something in common with this guy. That was worth the surprise, I hope. Yeah, gotcha. Nanny asks, Zach, how would you share news about this meetup project so that we know where to look for news? I will be sharing about it right here. I'll be sharing about it right here, and as it gets more formal, probably on Twitter. But for starters, right here. Next Sunday, I will probably have some kind of info form to get emails for people who want to be on like a list. We didn't think about that today, so that's not happening, and I'd love to do it live, but we are already running long. So stay tuned for next week. Yeah, time is an illusion. Tripod is eternal. Thank you, Kyra H. Fact. And we already talked about this. Okay, what else? Where are we? Oh, taking initiative. Check it out. Shout out. It's awesome. And then this bad boy, Spirits Podcast. I wanted to send my love and shout out the Amanda and Julia, the gals behind this podcast, are amazing. I was recently on it this past week, and the thing that I can't talk about on this stream was a factor, and it was really great to get to spend the day after a big life-changing event that occurred that I will talk about in several weeks. But in the meantime, the Spirits Girls are the best. They talk about mythology, legends, folklore, and I will not spoil what my episode was about, but it is somewhat apocalyptic and fun and nerdy and technical. Oh my God, somebody made it. Hey, Holly, what up? Amazing. You made it 2 hours late to the party. Good thing the party's still happening 2 hours later. This was only supposed to be an hour. We are wrapping up soon, but it is so great to have you here. Yeah, that's right. You cannot be late to Self-Care Sunday. Unless you come the next week, because then you miss the video. But that's not late, because there's a new one. Yeah, Spirits is awesome. Check it out. It's so great. Did we answer this person's question? They said something a while ago. I feel like I never addressed.
I don't remember what the question was, so I can't answer if we answered it or not.
Oh, yes, this is it. PRSTMMPRHDL. You asked much, much earlier. Thank God it's still in the chat. It's great to hear about people from my life and we were waiting to hear what's up with my grandma. What's up with my grandma? And it's perfect timing because this is the last thing that I'd like to talk about right now. Is my upcoming podcast. I'm turning 27, and the big piece of news that I'm excited to share with you right now is to celebrate my birthday, I'm going to create a bunch of work for myself with a daily podcast called Focused as Fuck. And yeah, this is Focused as Fuck on iTunes. There's a promo. It's kind of cryptic and non-specific. Yeah, I've been interviewing my grandma mostly because I just want conversations of ours. We talk about everything under the sun, from my life as a queer man dating in 2017 to her life as a nearly 90-year-old lady who is looking the end of her life in the face, and they are free-ranging and intimate and just awesome deep dives. And I might feature some excerpts of those conversations that we think are useful and interesting on this daily podcast that I'm about to start. Yeah, so that's happening. Yeah, I'm sorry, Avi. No warning. I'm getting used to this whole not cursing to cursing thing. I feel like I've been trying to keep it clean, but I curse. Yep. It's an R-rated stream. What up, indie chick? First time watcher, new to my channel? That's awesome. How did you find us? This. So great to see you guys here.
And hi, Alicia.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's 20 other things that I wanted to talk about. So much happens in the world. So much happens in our lives. We're never going to get to everything. So yeah. Oh no, this video is not coming down, not getting edited, not getting replaced. It's going to go down next Sunday, so you have exactly 1 week to check this out before it is no longer on the internet. And by not on the internet, I mean I make it private so that the next one can go up, and there's always just one online. So yeah. Whew. I'm curious what you guys are going to do with the rest of your Sundays. I know some of you, it is very late at night. For some of you, it is probably earlier in the morning. For me...
Well, 3:59, what else?
Yeah, no, totally. I figured. That's awesome, indie chick. Yeah, that's how everybody... I assume that's how everybody finds my channel. Except for Ali Tarani, who's a cool guy who won one of my giveaways, who is a really cool creator, who I will plug another time, because I plugged a lot of people today, and I'm plugging him by words. Okay. Weird question. What is the future for Just the Tips? Just found out about that from my live stream last week. Okay, fine. One more thing. As we wrap up.
Where is Ruffles, by the way?
Ruffles is in my sock drawer right now.
Oh, okay.
Ruffles is this weird little puppet that I created. Ruffles.tv.
I don't think.
Oh, whoops. You're totally right. Ruffles.tv. It is a parody how-to series. Clarissa G, are you the Clarissa responsible for the amazing thing that I shared earlier, the Wolf 359 Secret Santa? Oh my god. Yeah, this is my cat Tiffany. So many things are happening at once right now. The future of Just the Tips is to be determined. I may or may not bring it back. I think as my live streaming becomes something that I get more of a handle on, Ruffles may be a segment. Could be fun.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Stay tuned for more. And with that, I'm going to wrap up. Let us know, please. I can't look at the chat right now. It's so distracting. I love you guys. Oh my god, Clarissa G, that is you. You're amazing. Can I share the full link? Would that be all right to share the Google Drive folder in the description below? Let me know. And in the meantime, all of you, please let me know questions for next week about Self-Care Sunday. I want to know what you want to talk about. And I'd love to talk more about explicitly self-care, mindfulness, meditation, therapy, you name it. I want to start bringing in guests. I'd love to have somebody working on a creative project call in. Probably not going to happen next week, but if you guys are working on projects and things, like, start letting me know if you'd want to be on the show as like a call-in guest. Yeah. So much fun. Yes, I think it'll be a tradition, so long as Tiffy is sitting here, that we will end on a Tiffy close-up. One more plug for let us know what you're doing today. On Instagram, on Twitter, hit me up, hashtag Self-Care Sunday, at Zach Valenti. I want to know how you're spending your Self-Care Sunday, and your audio drama Sunday for that matter. And there was a billion other things that we talked about and plugged and want to share, and all of that is so much fun. At the end of the day, none of this happens without you guys here, because otherwise I am screaming into the void, which I have no problem doing, but it's so much more fun to be here with you. So thank you for being here. Hope to see you next week. Catch this video, share this video, love this video, like this video before next Sunday when it disappears. And with that, your moment of Tiffy.
She looks like she's about to run away.
Oh my god, you're so cute, Tiffy. Are you gonna attack me, or are you gonna let me love you? Aww. Aww. Look at that cat. What a good cat. So fun. You guys are the best. This never gets old. I could literally do this all day long. Obviously with breaks for meals and hydration and things.
You could get an IV and
Don't give me ideas. There will also be, in the future, for those of you who are still listening, more power tools and construction. As I said last week, Andrew and I are working on a sort of out-of-the-box idea, building a teleprompter for a web series that I'm developing called Boss Gal, featuring extraordinary women in an array of different fields, creative, tech, business, and so forth. And yeah, I am just waiting for a tool to arrive to be able to do that. We need a better saw than the one that we currently have. I got the works coming on Amazon. So yeah, so we'll have a handheld circ saw so we can do some of the cuts we need to make. And I'm going to get one of the files that I have at the office that I need to shape the wood that we're using. So yeah, stay tuned for more building, cat cuddling, and audio drama, and video, and self-care, and all the things, and more. Oh yeah, Alicia Workman, you have time to ask a question, but like, this is the last one. Because Tiffy's being super sweet. The lag is like 30 seconds to a minute, so it's like, all right, where's the question before Tiffy turns on me?
she may be unconscious enough that she won't turn on you yet.
Tiffy is so soft.
There's a little twitch.
All right, going once. Going twice. I don't think this question is going to get asked. I'm waiting, Alicia. I'd love to answer, but I should also go. I don't know where the lag is at. So, oh, fluffy.af. Maybe that's available. I have a problem, you guys. I buy too many domains. All right, I'm like my mother with goodbyes. They just take forever. Woo, there we go. Okay, so we have this fan of Wolf 359 internet server going. I would love to. I think it's important that there be some spaces where you guys can talk and the creators aren't there. I really appreciate that. That's really, really sweet of you to invite me. And yeah, I just think it's important that there be some spaces where fans can talk completely freely without me eavesdropping or the creators eavesdropping. So I am going to decline your amazing invitation. But thank you so much for asking. And I will see you all next week. Goodbye. Okay, where do I turn this off? Oh.